Hi and a very good day. So in this video session I will discuss the last part in this particular slide, which is data structure and manipulation. Okay, so for this video I will explain to you on how basically we deal with missing value by using R, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the example here. Alright, okay, so suppose that I have this particular vector w1. Alright, so this particular vector w1, let's just say, alright, just say that we have this value of 99. Okay, because why 99? Right, some statistical software like SPSS and so on, we represent 99 as missing value, right? So here when you represent the value 99 in R, what are the thing that happen? Okay, suppose that we want to use some function towards our w1. Okay, so what happened, this value 99 will affect our calculation here. Okay, so the thing is, the first thing that I will show to you is on how to replace this 99 value with NA. Alright, again remember the special character in R, the missing value special character in R is NA. Okay, so now let's take a look at on how can we replace our vector here, we the 99 value here with NA. Okay, so for this particular video, for this particular example, I will use this square bracket here. Okay, so again this square bracket will be used in the next topic under index. Okay, because this square bracket, you can see that it is like a search bar. We try to find certain value in the certain vector. Okay, we use the square bracket. Okay, so for this particular example, okay, R have several logical symbols that you need to follow, but I will explain in a later video. Right, to find the value of equals to 99, we have to use double equal sign here. Okay, so the structure that we will use is, okay, you have, okay, where to find the value. Okay, where to find the value, it's at w1, where w1 the value is equals to 99. It's not a single equal sign but double. Okay, so w1, okay, equals to 99, and we replace it as NA. So what happened? Alright, suppose that we call our w1 back. Okay, now instead of 99 will be NA. Okay, remember, by using this function, by writing this expression, when you replace the value in w1, it will change the original structure of our vector. So be careful when you use this square bracket. Right, so how can we trace the missing value? Okay, to trace the missing value, we will use is.na here. Okay, is.na. Right, so we ask R, is it any NA character in our vector? So R found that the fourth element here is NA, so it gives us a logical statement of true. Okay, so you want to count how many NA in your vector, right? So you can implement, okay, function over function, right? So in R, what happened, the function inside this parenthesis will work first and then the outside. Okay, so here suppose that you want to count the how many NA. Okay, this sum function is actually, it counts how many true value. Okay, and remember, because true is equals to 1, so we sum the true value, we'll get how many missing value are in this particular vector. So only 1. Alright. Okay, now let's take a look at another example. Here we have multiple value of 99 here instead of just a single value in previous example. So again, we replace our vector w2 here, whichever have value equals to 99 will become an a. So we call back the vector. As we can see here, 99 here will become an a, and it changed the original structure of our vector. Okay, so suppose that we want the element which exclude the NA. Okay, so how can we do that? Okay, you can put this exclamation marks in front of is dot NA. It means that, okay, it's not NA. That's the thing. Okay, so here, as we can see here, okay, you can, okay, R can give us the output without an A. Okay, and remember, if you do like this, this is just an output. You don't change the original structure of your W2. So suppose that you want to use this particular vector, so you have to assign this as a new object. Here, as example here, I use W3. Okay, so that you can call W3 anytime where W3 is the process that you already remove an A in W2. That's the way. Okay, so what happened, why we have to deal with this NA? Okay, suppose that we want to implement min function toward our W2 which have an A. Okay, so what happened, it will give us an A, because the thing is, in R, suppose that we want to average an element with only one NA. What happened, R cannot measure, cannot calculate the mean, so we have to deal with this particular NA. So instead of W2, you can implement towards the W3, which W3 we already remove the NA. Okay, another option to make this works, okay, you can add argument and a.rm equals to 3. We add this additional argument so that R recognize that there is actually an A in your vector. Okay, so what happened, it can be calculated instead of an A, it can you can get the value, right? So this is particular when we work with vector as example, right? Okay, so let's take a look at on how we can deal with vector. Next, we discuss about matrix. Okay, so here instead of one dimension, you will have matrix, which is they have row and column. Okay, so in this example, I use sample function. Okay, the sample function is actually I will generate this particular number randomly. Okay, randomly. So because I want you guys to have the same output as mine, okay, so I need to put this particular function before I setting up our random numbers here. Okay, so that we generate the random numbers from the same block, same algorithm. Okay, so set.seed 2, and then okay, now we will have, okay, let's take a look at our our matrix. So you will have this particular matrix. Okay, how many column you have? 1 2 3 4 column. How many row? 5 row. Okay, so how can you replace an A? Suppose that we just want to we want to change an A in the second row and second column. So what we do, okay, in R, this square bracket, you have to follow the dimension of your data structure. Okay, so because of we works X with X is a metric, so to replace the value, you need to give this particular numbers, the row and column. So you replace with an A. So what happened now, your second row and second column here is become an A, right? Okay, based on my previous video, okay, we can use apply function here to calculate the mean. Okay, so here we want to calculate the mean for each row, because margin is equals to 1. Okay, so what happened? Alright, so let's take a look at the answer. Okay, now R can only calculate this particular row only, but not the second row, because there is an A in this row. Okay, so what happened? It will become an A. Okay, so again, you can put the argument and A dot rm equals to true, so that R can recognize there is actually an A in your matrix here. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Okay, so let's take a look at another example. Okay, now I use a built-in data equality. Okay, for your information, your R is already have a lot of I cannot see a few a lot of built-in data that can be used to as an example. So how I do it? Okay, so here you can check the data by using this particular this particular function. Okay, so here, as we can see here, I use data equality. Okay, so when you use data, you use built-in data, you just can use the particular names. Okay, but be careful. Suppose that you want to change any value in the built-in data, it is advisable for you to assign the data as another object. Okay, so this is just an example. Right, what are this function for? I just a list of the first 10 observation from air quality. Okay, so let's take a look at what happened. Okay, now so here when I view our data frame, I get the first observation of the air quality. Okay, the first observation and all column or all variables. Okay, so how do I know this is a data frame? Okay, I can implement str. So when I use str function here to check the structure, I know that this is a data frame with 10 observation or 10 row, 6 variable or 6 column. So now as we can see here, there are several NA in this data frame. Okay, so when we perform the call means here to calculate the column means, okay, what happened? Right, any particular column which have an A will give us an A. Right, to avoid that, you just add the argument and A dot rm. Okay, so how can we select the data frame without an NA? So this is the way you can do. Okay, first you can use complete.cases function. Okay, when you use the complete.cases function, it will give us the output without an A. Alright, or you can use an A omit. Okay, and remember, this is only output. Why I say that? Okay, suppose that we call back our XX here and A is still there. Suppose that you want to use this complete data frame, what you can do, again, you have to assign it to another object so that you can use it if you need to do some any operation on non-missing data frame. Okay, right, so I think that's all for this video. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask in the reply session, okay, or you can ask me anytime. Right, so thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye.